You're watching the 8-player draft series at Magic Brewhouse Games.
Hello, I'm Ken. I'm here with Jeremy, and we are going to review Jeremy's draft deck for Magic Brewhouse Games. What did you pick today?
Well, first pack, I don't even think I should have looked at the whole pack.
Okay.
I looked at the last card because I always check to see, like, okay, did I get a really good rare to work with or not? And I saw Oblivion Sower, and that's just a windmill slam.
I'd say the answer was yes.
Definitely a first pick. Not going to pass that up. I know there's a Gideon's Reproach there, but Oblivion Sower is going to get taken immediately after I pass it. There's just no way I can pass up a card like that.
Both of those cards are very strong.
Yeah, this is 6 mana, 5/8. You know, two things that happen really well in the drafters. You need either really good defense or really good offense, and he's both. Plus, I have run the possibility of stealing 4 lands from my opponent when he comes into play, which is huge. Going on to the next pick, yeah, I definitely did pick the Oblivion Sower.
Yes. So right now you have yet to pick a color.
And that's also good because now I can look at these cards. I'd actually been playing recently against somebody who bought the event deck that they released for the Eldrazi versus whoever, I don't even remember who, and I saw the Dominator drone. I was like, that card really hurt me a lot when I was playing that. So you'll also notice, well, before I move on, in the top left corner, if you see my first pick kind of grayed out, we're going to be doing that throughout the entire pick just so you can see the pack as the picks evolve. But I'm pretty sure I would have gone with the Dominator drone just because of how dominant it was against me, and I did. Ingest is amazing. Having another colorless creature, if each opponent loses 2 life, that is also great. And then plus he's a 3/2 for 3. I couldn't go wrong here. Moving on to the next pack, I look at this one. I see a lot of good cards here. You got the Mindraker, which is really cool, especially with Digest and Oblivion Sower. Good synergy there. You got Complete Disregard, Scour from Existence, and then you got Evolving Wilds. I'm so far pretty much into black, but I have no other colors, so Evolving Wilds didn't make a whole lot of sense to me yet.
Right.
So I'm probably between the Mindraker and the Complete Disregard, thinking that the Scour from Existence is a little too pricey, considering my first pick. I actually don't remember which one I picked here. Turns out it was the Complete Disregard. I'm not going to disagree with that pick. It is a very solid card. Get rid of early aggro. As we can see, I'm not necessarily on an aggro plan yet myself, so I need to be able to defend against it. So moving on to the next pick. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm going to need to play another color. I've been seeing some pretty decent blue cards come around, and I figured might as well hit my fixing now. I could have taken the Evolving Wilds, but I also thought a little bit with my wallet, and I picked the Sunken Hollow.
It's hard not to pick the Sunken Hollow.
I was quite happy to see that card. It solidified that I could go blue and then not have to worry about one of the land slots. It's a solid card. All you have to do is have 2 basic lands, and it's a shock. It's basically a free shock land. I loved it. Moving on to the next pack.
Okay, several choices here.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I screwed this pick up because I see a lot of solid choices. Right now, I'm looking at the Rising Miasma and the Clutch of Currents as probably the best picks in this pack. I'm going to tell you that I didn't take either one of those, I don't think.
Okay.
I have a feeling I either took the Silent Skimmer or the Geyserfield Stalker. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Oh God, I'm wrong. Thank you. Okay, so I did take the Miasma.
Oh, I knew you must have taken that one because you used it against me in the draft.
Well, I did see multiple ones. I don't remember where I got it, but again, I knew I could see based on the picks that I have, that wasn't on much of an aggro plan, so I was gonna have to be ready to deal with aggro. And at 4 drop, I'm pretty sure I could survive 4 turns to drop this on somebody and take control of the game again. Next pick. See a lot of cards here.
Yep.
I know what I should have gone with, but I also know what I did go with. I should have taken the Horribly Awry.
Yes.
Very solid card, but I was thinking, maybe I can pick up some lifelink or some things that let me gain life. So I went with the 2/1 flyer for 3. Figured he'd be a pretty solid card just at the 3 spot, flying in, Death Touch, get rid of a big creature if I had to.
No, Death Touch is very good for limited.
Unfortunately, he didn't actually make my final list, and you'll see why later. Moving on to pick 7. I see a lot of cool cards here. I was like, oh, cool, I guess got something that let me gain life. Alright, so I see the Calistri Healer, and I immediately go, yep, Windmill Slam. Not actually my best pick in this pack, as I see the Incubator Drone and the Benthic Infiltrator.
Yes.
But I was thinking maybe I can pump up my bat, and I took the Healer.
Hmm.
So, moving on to my next pick. Not a whole lot going here. I think I took the Great Birthing, which is a horrible, horrible mistake. But at the time, it seemed pretty good. So, I'll just have to live with it. Next pack, I see Call of the Scions. A bunch of cards that are either in my colors and bad or just bad.
Getting down to the dregs here.
So, I just took the Altar's Reap here, just to stay in my colors. Who knows, maybe something good will happen. Keep moving on. I can tell you what I picked, and I can tell you what I should have picked. Should have gone with the Coral Helm Guide or the Clutch Occurrence. One of those two would have been way better than the Bloodbound Vampire for me, because I still only had one way to gain life.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you on that one.
But like they've been saying, hindsight's 20/20. So pick number 11, definitely the Mind Raker here. I was pretty much all in black at this point, and I had enough ways to do exile cards. So yeah, just easy pick. Here, I took the Geyserfield Stalker thinking I might be able to hit some landfalls with the Menace, and that makes him into a 5/4 that can't be blocked by, except by 2 more creatures, which seemed pretty nice at the time. Unfortunately, didn't make the final list, and my chagrin is that I picked another one again. So that happened. And then Dutiful Return was the card in my colors. Definitely take it.
Yep.
Definitely made site-made board, and then I got past the Kite Sail from Marshall.
Oh, terribly useful.
I
yes.
know, all black and colorless, and then that. So moving to pack 2.
Well, so far, you're really good about your color selection.
Yeah, well, black seemed to be open. People kept passing to me, and I tested that later. So I'm looking at this pack. I see another Mind Raker. I see my rare. It doesn't seem to go well with what I want to do. But the blue card, the Coastal Discovery, I think is the one that stuck out to me most. I needed more. Nope, never mind. I didn't see that. Anticipate. Yeah, that card's just awesome. Like, there's nothing better, really. 3 cards for 2 mana. You only get 1, but still getting rid of cards you might not need later. Here, I saw the Felidar Sovereign. I gave it a lot of thought, almost took it. But I wanted to stay within black-blue. Didn't want to go too many colors. So here, I probably went with the Coastal Discovery, just so I can get more card draw out, and I was able to secure a lot of card draw, and the Awaken just worked out really well too. Here, Windmill Slam, Ugin's Insight. Just considering my very first pick and seeing that card, you know, the idea of paying 5 mana and being able to go through a potential of 9 cards on 5 mana in my deck was just an enormous advantage, and it proved to be very useful in the draft. So it was really nice to see. I could comment on the other cards, but I didn't even look at them. Here, this is another Rising Miasma. I saw the Demon's Grasp, and then, of course, the Cloud Manta. I was kind of torn between those 3. I kind of just disregarded Clutch Occurrence, which is a horrible mistake, I know, but something, hindsight's 20/20, I can fix later. I'm pretty sure I either took the Cloud Manta or the Demon's Grasp. And I went with the Cloud Manta because I felt like I needed more creatures, and especially flying creatures, just in case. Still not worried about that pick so much because it ended up working out really well. Going into pick 5, I saw another Demon's Grasp, and I'm pretty sure I Windmill Slammed that. Even though I saw the Defiant Bloodlord, I figured I wasn't too much in the life gain, and I could throw that around the table and think, okay, if this comes back to me, definitely nobody's playing black, and then I had my pick of the litter, just keep doing what I was doing. So I actually went with the Mortuary Mire. I don't know why. I mean, it's a good card. I don't know where it fits in with my overall strategy, though, because 9 times out of 10, I did play it, but it just ended up coming in as tapped land. It didn't do me much utility. So, yeah, that happened. Here, I see and Anticipate. I'm going to tell you right now, I probably Windmill Slam that, even though the Mind Raker's there. It's a good card, but Anticipate just being able to go through my deck more.
It's very solid.
And just seeing these cards, like, I knew that at least the way this was being passed, nobody was going into blue or black, at least coming my way. So, solid picks there. Here, I was between the complete disregard and the salvage drone. I thought I had a lot of removal at the time, so I think about the salvage drone this time, or the land, which actually this one actually did do a lot for me, so I can't complain about that pick. I think I just wanted to mix it up a little bit, I guess.
Fair enough.
Although, yeah. All right, moving on. Mist Intruder, probably just because it was a flyer with ingest, which was really nice. Loved having it. Worked out really well for me. This one took the Coastal Discovery. More card draw doesn't hurt. Going to pick 10. I think this is where I picked up an Ulamog's Reclaimer, because I figured with all the removal spells and everything, why not get another one back and have a decent sized body in the field. Going into this one, I think I took the Myers Malice here, thinking, man, if I can drop that for 4 mana and make him discard 2 cards, that will give me a huge advantage. Didn't actually make the main board, so gotta live with that. Okay, here, definitely Demon's Grasp. If I didn't, I'm gonna kick myself right now. Yeah, Demon's Grasp showed up. Demon's Grasp take. Moving on to the next pick. Oh, look, another Demon's Grasp. Can you guess what I picked? It was definitely the Mountain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clearly, not a lot of other people playing black today.
Wasn't a bad thing for me. It made some easy choices for me. So, then definitely Mindraker. I was actually surprised to get that as the last pick.
Yes, those worked well for you that day, as I recall.
Yeah, they were a very solid card. And then I was past the Salvage Drone, which also worked out really nicely for me. It actually made the main board. So this is an amazing pack. Worked out really, really well for me. I think if anybody else was really playing black, they could have easily disrupted this and caused a problem. But I got really fortunate, and I'll take it. So last pack, Smothering Abomination. I don't see like the greatest stuff for my colors. So with the Altar's Reap that I got earlier, I was like, yeah, maybe I can grab a Smothering Abomination and do something with it. So I took the Smothering Abomination. Decent card, solid flyer, and it lets me draw cards as I'm sacrificing creatures, so some synergy. Didn't make the main board, but, moving on. Then this got passed to me. I thought about taking the Oran Reef Hydra just because I didn't want that used against me. But in the end,
draft.
Yeah, but I usually try to reserve that for when there's not an amazing card for myself, and I saw Titan's Presence with what I had been drafting so far and said, okay, Titan's Presence is definitely the card from this pick.
Very solid.
It's an amazing removal spell. Worked wonders every time I got to use it. Passed on. I'm going to tell you right here, just by looking at the pack, not too much great for me, but there is a Dominator Drone, so that's definitely what I didn't pick. What? Oh, man. So, another hindsight problem. I shouldn't have picked that card because I'm guessing back in my mind I was thinking, man, I still have this flying guy that gains +1/+1 when I have lifelink, or when I gain life. So, we'll just skip that. We're just gonna move on.
We'll pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pretend that didn't happen. Yeah. So here I was between the Demon's Grasp and the Sledge Crawler and the Mortuary Mire. I already had a Mortuary Mire, even though it was shiny. I didn't take this one, but I decided I needed some more smaller creatures because even though I wasn't on an aggro plan, I wanted to be able to stave off aggro. So the Sledge Crawler is the card for me. Pick 4, moving on. Looking here, I should have either been taking the Clutch of Currents or the Myers Malice. Clutch of Currents was the probably better pick, but apparently I'm not really good at making good decisions today. So I went with the Myers Malice. I guess thinking maybe if I draw another one, I can get more cards out of the hand and cause a lot of fits with them. Here, I see 3 cards. I think I'd learned my lesson by now about the Blood Bond Vampire. I didn't have enough to make it work, so I was between the Silent Skimmer and the Altar's Reap. Hopefully I took the Silent Skimmer, and I did. Woo. That's a good stuff there. Solid creature, even though it doesn't have an attack power, it's always going to do something to the opponent when it attacks, and plus it's a solid blocker against flyers. So it's a win-win there for me. Looking at this pack, I think at this point I was between Complete Disregard and Scour from Existence. I have to go with Scour from Existence just because Complete Disregard is great, and I probably would regret this decision at some point, but just the idea of what if the creature didn't have 3 or less power, and Scour from Existence could handle that for me, especially if I could get out Oblivion Sower. So I went with Scour from Existence. So moving on to the next pick. I think I took the Voracious Null because we all realize that I'm not making good decisions today. Moving on to the next pick, I see cards. I think I took my second Dutiful Return here, which would make sense. Good card. At this point, I'm not seeing anything, so I think I just took the Mountain here. I did.
Yeah, not a lot of choices at this point.
Yeah, just could have taken the Brilliant, but whatever. Here, hopefully I was smart enough to take the Dominator Drone, but got a weird feeling I took the Forest. Oh, good. Thank you. Okay, so I did take the Dominator Drone here. Another solid card. I should have had more. My bad. Moving on to the next pick. Here I was between the Plains and the Tightening Coils. Tightening Coils actually was the better pick for me, so I took it. The lands had no meaning. I don't know why I would even consider them over anything I could use. Here, nothing I can use, nothing to hate draft. Took the Plains. Same thing, I think, with the next pack. I might have taken the Altar's Reap just because it was black, but I probably should have taken the Plains because the Altar's Reap didn't do anything for me. It didn't even make main board. And then I got passive Voracious Null last pick. Not as impressed with my picks in this pack. I think by this point I felt like I was done drafting maybe. But, looking at the deck as it turned out, you'll notice the curve on it is pretty high. Most of my cards are between 3 to 5 casting cost. Got the Oblivion Sower at 6 and the Scour from Existence at 7. But for the most part, I felt pretty solid about it just because I had a way to clear the board should everything go array. I had a pretty solid mana curve. It was pretty close. I think it was like 18 to 13, something like that. So the Sunken Hollow actually helped out a lot with the curve, so I could make sure I played enough islands because blue was a smaller color, and that was the only one that actually had a double blue in. So I had to make sure I could play that as well. Worked out pretty well. I really liked the way the deck turned out. I was quite pleased with the results. Looked pretty solid to me, at least from what I can see now.
Very cool. All right. Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Thank you for hanging out with me. This has been Jeremy Edwards and Ken. See you next time.
Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed this draft review. If you'd like to check out our gameplay videos, the link's over to my right. If not, stay tuned for our next draft review. And if you like where we're headed here at Magic Brewhouse Games, please take a second to subscribe and leave your comment below. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, we'll be stirring up some magic. Bye everybody.